first. People talk about that towel in the first fight. If you receive victory on Saturday night, that may be one of the greatest towels of all time, because if you didn't throw that towel in, we wouldn't be here as quickly as we are after that first fight, ready for Leigh to try and become world champion again.
Yeah, you can, it was a scenario and a situation where there was no guarantees to the outcome. I can't sit here and say that the fight wouldn't have carried on going and Leigh wouldn't have been victorious, and I can't say vice versa. So it was a decision that I made in the moment, but with the understanding that we had this opportunity here, and Leigh had this rematch clause, and he's got the opportunity to get his title back, and I believe that he will do so.
Difficult decision for you, working for Leigh as well. We know you believed in Leigh, but you knew as well it was a quick turnaround, and we sat in the office and we looked at all the eventualities, but this stubborn man here to the left had absolutely no doubts, did he? It wasn't a case of, I don't want to wait to see what might happen. I know I was beating him, I know how to beat him, and I want that rematch.
Yeah, I think one of the key things with that is that the professional and the character that Leigh is forever in the gym, looks after himself, he doesn't balloon up in between. He's very disciplined in his life and his approach. It's a career for him and a full-time job for him, and I think that he's so disciplined when it comes to approaching fights and going into game plans, that to actually take him away from a certain style matchup to then bring him back to it would have actually been more difficult than it will be to go straight into a quick turnaround.
Is it a case of same as last time, doing all the right things last time? Obviously got caught by that shot, but do you expect a more aggressive Mauricio Lara this time around?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think he was actually more respectful of Leigh's power than we probably anticipated. He was a lot less reckless in the fight than we had anticipated, being honest. And I think the fact that he did eventually get the shot that he was looking for, the fight might actually play out a little bit more how we anticipated the first fight to play out. So some adjustments, of course, and I'm sure Mauricio and his team will have some adjustments. But Leigh knows what he needs to do, and we're confident in the execution of that game plan.
Leigh, I know that I put a few different options to you. I didn't even see you consider one of them at any time. You knew about the sport, you knew about the politics, you knew about mandatories, and you knew this was my chance. I know I've got this opportunity in front of me, and 100% that's going to be next for me. And we're just 2 days away now.
Yeah, for sure. There was never even a thought in my mind that anything different was going to happen. I know you tried to persuade me otherwise. It was just so frustrating how the fight finished. And like you say, it is a fast turnaround, but it's one that benefits me. If you said to me when I won the world title, right, 12 weeks time, 13 weeks time, you're back out, you need to get back in the gym, I'd be like, whoa, Eddie, come on, let me celebrate. So that's why I believe it's one that favours me. I was straight back in training, I had a little time with my kids, but I trained away as well. I'm ready to get this back and look good doing it.
I don't think I've ever seen a fighter get stopped but go into a rematch so confident with that look in his eye, but also probably more confident than you were going into the first fight as well. You've been there, you've seen it, you've experienced the power, and you have no doubts you become world champion again on Saturday night.
Yeah, no doubts at all. That's not me saying it's going to be an easy fight, because it could be far from an easy fight, but I'm prepared for anything he brings. The first time around, it's hard because we haven't got his style against my style to look at. Now we've got that information, and now we know what he does when I do certain things, and I've been preparing for him for nearly a year in September from the previous fight, so I know him inside out, and I'm just going to go out there and prove that I'm the better fighter.
Obviously, everyone looks for a narrative, everyone looks for a line, and one of the things that's said is this is almost like a last chance saloon for you to win that world title. We know Michael Conlan is fighting at the weekend, you've got Josh Ryan, who knows what could happen in the future, but is that the pressure that you put on yourself, not that what might happen in the future? You must become world champion again on Saturday. Yeah,
for sure, it's a must-win fight. There's a lot of pressure, and I love it, I thrive on it, and whatever it takes Saturday night, I'm coming away with a win. This is what gets me up for it. I can't afford to lose. That could be the end of the road if I lose, and it'd be very hard to come back from. And that's why I'm not thinking about losing. I've done everything I can do to win. I'm confident in winning. I know what I need to do to win. I know what I can't afford to do. I'm going to go out and do it.
And finally, we know the story's been incredible, the ups and downs, but to become a two-time world champion on Saturday is almost like a different kind of legacy, and will be a special moment for you and the thousands coming from Nottingham as well on Saturday. It's going to be amazing to fight in Manchester Arena. But as I said, to create that legacy as a two-time world champion would be huge for you.
Yeah, it's one for the history books. And the main reason I'm still fighting, I'm still sat here today, is because my dream is still in the pipeline. I'm still confident it's going to happen, and I'll be the first person to headline at the City Ground who's stayed up in the Premiership. If you didn't know, the Premier League, doing really well. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm still fighting. You know, my dream is in sight. I need to get my belt back on Saturday night, which I'm confident in doing. And it's over to you to be one step closer. Could even be next.
Well, thank you, Leigh. Thank you, Ben. We move to the right, and we'll start with Alfie Sharman from DAZN. Alfie, it's been an incredible run over the last couple of weeks. I mean, going not just with Matchroom events, of course, Ryan Garcia against Gervonta Davis, even our friend KSI doing some great numbers for you. But you know, going back to Anthony Joshua and Cordina Rakimov and Canelo against Ryder and Taylor Cameron last week, just incredible, and huge viewership on DAZN as well. Another great fight for the schedule on Saturday night.
Yeah, incredible. Thanks, Eddie. And to your point there, I kind of found myself on Sunday morning thinking, how can you better, Katie Taylor in Dublin, homecoming in an amazing fight. Obviously, congratulations to Chantel. And the answer was quick. It's back here in Manchester, amazing fight city with two absolute warriors ready to put it on the line. As you said, we've had, an incredible few weeks on DAZN with top-tier fighters on both sides of the Atlantic fighting on our platform. And it doesn't stop there. We've got plenty of headline fights coming up. Clarissa Shields, Jaime Munguia, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Dalton Smith, Regis Prograis, Edgar Berlanga, to name a few. So it's a really great time for us. But looking for Saturday, everyone in here saw the first fight, lots of predictions. Some may have predicted it, the outcome, some may not. Frankly, in my opinion, predictions go out the window here. Saturday's a completely new fight, a new beast, with both men obviously in great shape and ready to go. Leigh's very much looking to get that belt back, and Mauricio looks like he's not willing to let it go. So I wish them both, best of luck, and make sure you tune in Saturday on DAZN live worldwide.
Thank you, Alfie. And team Lara now as well. Welcome back. A massive moment for you, a great win last time around, but so important to keep this momentum. Huge fights out there on both sides of the pond, UK and America, and your man and your team believe this will be a faster job on Saturday night.
Bienvenido en primer lugar, de nuevo aquí a Inglaterra, Alejandro. Obviamente fue una noche increíble, una pelea enorme la última vez, lo ganaron, y obviamente la idea es seguir con ese hambre y seguir manteniendo ese estatus como campeones del mundo, porque hay muchas grandes oportunidades, no solo aquí en el Reino Unido, también en Estados Unidos, pero están confiados que Mauricio puede ganar el sábado por la noche.
Sí, así es, Eddie. Muchísimas gracias. Antes que nada, para nosotros es muy importante venir otra vez. Es la cuarta vez que Mauricio viene a pelear en Inglaterra. En la tercera se cumplió el sueño de ser campeón del mundo. Y en efecto, para nosotros fue una gran noche, una noche que se cumplió el sueño de Mauricio. Nosotros hemos estado mucho tiempo al lado de él en su carrera. Y y lo dijimos aquella primera vez, lo decimos ahora, ellos nos dieron la oportunidad. Y ahora nosotros como campeón del mundo tenemos el compromiso de regresar a la oportunidad. Qué bueno que se hace esta pelea, fue una gran guerra y creemos nosotros que este próximo sábado va a ser igual y que la gente va a salir contenta, pero obviamente sabemos que Mauricio tiene muchas posibilidades de ganar y para hacer un legado en esta división.
So first and foremost, we have to thank you for the opportunity. This is Mauricio's fourth time in this country. On the third time he was here, he managed to win that world title on a fantastic night. It was a dream that he'd had for a long time. I said it the first time we had the opportunity that we would give the opportunity back to Leigh Wood if we managed to win. And it's great that we can go on to have another great fight here. The last one was a war, but we're totally focused and believe in Mauricio's possibilities in creating a legacy in the sport.
Thank you. Mauricio, welcome back. Last time was a tough fight for you. It was a patient Mauricio Lara. You got there in the end. Do we expect a more reckless, a more exciting, a more violent Mauricio Lara on Saturday night?
Bienvenido, Mauricio. La última vez que estuviste aquí vimos un rendimiento así con mucha paciencia, sin ese descuido, ¿no? Pero esta vez esperamos un Mauricio Lara que va a ser más descuidado, que va a ser más violento, que va a buscar hacer el trabajo ya en menos tiempo.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Claro, claro, tenemos mucha tranquilidad. Sabemos que nos hemos preparado muy bien. Hemos tenido un campamento excelente. De verdad que quiero rectificar mi victoria y sí, como nos dices, vengo a buscar la victoria más rápido y saldré desde el primer round a buscar el knockout.
So yeah, so as first and foremost, I want to say hi to everyone. Yeah, as you say, last time was a calm performance, but I'm really confident in my training camp and what we've done, and I want to almost back up and cement that victory. And I want to, as you say, do it in quicker fashion, and I'll be looking for that knockout from the very first round.
You have cemented yourself as one of the most exciting pound-for-pound fighters in the world. There's some huge fights out there for you in the UK and of course in Mexico and in America as well. A must-win fight for you on Saturday night.
Sí, obviamente, ahora estás en la posición de alguien, muchas personas piensan que estás en rankings muy buenos para ser un libra por libra grande en el deporte. Hay oportunidades, no solamente en el Reino Unido y el Estados Unidos, también en México. Es una pelea que tienes que ganar el sábado, ¿no? Para seguir con ese legado.
Claro, ¿no? Sabemos, hay muchas grandes cosas que vienen después. Como lo he dicho, primero estoy enfocado en esa victoria. Wood no es cualquier peleador, como lo he dicho, tiene mi respeto hacia mí arriba del ring. Y bueno, vamos a rectificar mi victoria, como lo he dicho de nuevo, y voy a ganar contundentemente esta vez para seguir marcando historia en el boxeo.
Yeah, of course, you know, big things are to come, but first I have to, as I've said, kind of cement that victory. Leigh Wood isn't just any boxer, you know, it'll be a difficult fight, but it's about continuing, and as I say, cementing that victory and making history in this sport.
And finally, to both fighters, Leigh, I'll ask you the question. I know the traditional reply is by any means necessary, but in your heart of hearts, having fought this man before, do you believe you win this fight inside the distance on Saturday night?
Yeah, it's highly likely, to be honest. I think I'm going to beat him up and break him down and possibly stop him late, and that's how I see the fight going.
Mauricio, might be a silly question for you, but same result as last time. Mauricio, Lara by knockout on Saturday.
Podría ser una pregunta un poco tonta, pero mismo resultado el sábado por la noche, un KO por Mauricio Lara.
Yes.
Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you, Leigh. Tremendous main event on Saturday night, of course. Mauricio Lara against Leigh Wood for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World from the Manchester Arena, live and exclusive on DAZN. A tremendous undercard as well. Jack Catterall, the People's Undisputed Champion, against Dara Foley in a real unofficial eliminator for the 140-pound world title. Terry Harper defends her WBA world title against Ivana Habazin. Aqib Fiaz in a big step up. Tremendous English welterweight championship fight between Danny Bull and Jamie Robinson. Aaron Bowen, Campbell Hatton, of course, the professional debut of William Croller. Tremendous fight added to a tremendous schedule on DAZN. We've been non-stop for weeks gone by and non-stop for weeks to come. Whatever you do, don't miss all the excitement and all the action live on DAZN on Saturday night.